Welcome to Book Buzz Reviews and Summaries. In a world obsessed with efficiency and output, where every minute is measured and optimized, there's a quiet rebellion brewing, a revolution led not by time itself but by the power of the mind. Mind Management, Not Time Management, Productivity When Creativity Matters by Kadavy challenges the deeply ingrained belief that time is our most precious resource. Instead, Kadavy invites us to consider a radical shift. What if true productivity, especially in creative work, isn't about managing our time at all? What if the secret to unlocking our greatest potential lies in managing our minds? For years, the concept of time management has dominated the productivity landscape. We've been told to break our days into neat, color-coded blocks, to set timers, and to squeeze the most out of every second. The assumption is simple: if we can just control our time, we can control our lives. But for those engaged in creative pursuits, this approach often falls short. Creativity doesn't follow a schedule, it doesn't adhere to the rigid structures imposed by traditional time management techniques. It's elusive, unpredictable, and often defies the very notion of efficiency. Kadavy understands this struggle intimately. As a creator himself, he has wrestled with the frustration of trying to force creativity into time's unforgiving framework. He knows that the best ideas don't always come when the clock says they should. And he recognizes that in the pursuit of creativity, it's not about how much time you have, but how you use your mind during that time. This book isn't just another guide to productivity, it's a manifesto for a new way of thinking about work. Kadavy argues that instead of focusing on managing our time, we should be managing our mental states. He introduces the idea that our minds operate in different modes that are more or less conducive to various types of work. Understanding and harnessing these modes can lead to greater creativity, more meaningful output, and a deeper sense of fulfillment in our work. In Mind Management, Not Time Management, Kadavy takes us on a journey through the science and psychology behind how our minds work. He explores concepts like the maker schedule and the manager schedule, the importance of flow, and the power of inspiration. He teaches us how to recognize when our minds are primed for deep, creative work and when they're better suited for routine tasks. And, most importantly, he shows us how to align our work with these natural mental rhythms, rather than fighting against them. But this book is more than just theory, it's a practical guide filled with actionable strategies. Kadavy provides tools for tracking your mental states, tips for structuring your day to maximize creativity, and advice on how to cultivate the conditions that lead to inspiration. By the end of this journey, you'll have a new understanding of what it means to be productive, and the confidence to create in a way that honors both your time and your mind. As you turn the pages, be prepared to challenge everything you thought you knew about productivity. Embrace the possibility that managing your mind, not your time, is the key to unlocking your true creative potential. Welcome to a new way of working, one that prioritizes mental mastery over the tyranny of the clock. Introduction: A new paradigm for productivity. In today's fast-paced world, time management has long been touted as the key to productivity. Countless books, articles, and seminars emphasize the importance of organizing our time to maximize output. However, in his thought-provoking book, Mind Management, Not Time Management, Productivity When Creativity Matters, Kadavy challenges this conventional wisdom. Kadavy posits that, especially for those engaged in creative work, managing one's mind is far more critical than merely managing time. Kadavy's book is a deep dive into the art and science of productivity, specifically tailored for creatives, writers, artists, designers, and anyone whose work depends on the elusive spark of inspiration. This review explores the core ideas, practical strategies, and philosophical insights Kadavy offers, presenting a comprehensive understanding of how managing the mind can lead to greater creativity and productivity. Chapter 1: The Myth of Time Management. Kadavy opens his book by dismantling the myth of time management. Traditional productivity advice often revolves around the idea of squeezing more tasks into our schedules, believing that efficient use of time directly correlates with productivity. However, Kadavy argues that this approach is fundamentally flawed, particularly for creative work. Creativity doesn't adhere to a strict timetable. Inspiration can strike at any moment, and forcing it into rigid time slots can stifle the creative process. Kadavy introduces the idea that productivity, when creativity matters, is not about managing time but about managing the mental states that foster creativity. This chapter sets the stage for the rest of the book, inviting readers to rethink their approach to productivity. By questioning the efficacy of time management for creative endeavors, Kadavy encourages a shift in focus from clock-based scheduling to mind-based management. Chapter 2: The Creative Process, Understanding the Mind. To manage the mind effectively, it's essential to understand how the creative process works. In this chapter, Kadavy delves into the psychology of creativity, exploring how the mind generates ideas and how different mental states contribute to the creative process. Kadavy breaks down the creative process into several stages: incubation, inspiration, execution, and revision. Each stage requires a different mental approach, and understanding these stages is key to managing the mind effectively. For instance, incubation involves letting ideas simmer in the subconscious, often requiring periods of rest or engagement in unrelated activities. Inspiration can strike suddenly, and Kadavy emphasizes the importance of being ready to capture these moments when they occur. Execution, on the other hand, demands focus and discipline, while revision requires a critical and analytical mindset. By understanding these stages, creatives can tailor their mental management strategies to align with the specific demands of each phase of the creative process. This nuanced understanding of how the mind works lays the foundation for the practical strategies discussed in later chapters. Chapter 3: Biorhythms and Mental States, Timing Your Creativity. One of the key concepts in Kadavy's book is the idea that creativity is closely linked to our natural biorhythms. Rather than forcing creative work into predetermined time slots, Kadavy advocates for aligning creative tasks with the times of day when our minds are naturally most conducive to different types of thinking. Kadavy discusses the importance of recognizing individual biorhythms, whether you're a morning person, a night owl, or somewhere in between, and how these rhythms impact mental states. For example, many people experience peak focus in the morning, making it an ideal time for tasks that require deep concentration. Conversely, the afternoon might be better suited for more routine tasks, while evenings could be a time for reflection or planning. This chapter is particularly valuable for readers who struggle to find the right time for creative work. By aligning their work with their natural mental states, creatives can optimize their productivity and harness their creative energy more effectively. Chapter 4: Managing Mental Energy, Avoiding Burnout. In this chapter, Kadavy addresses a common challenge for creatives: managing mental energy to avoid burnout. Creative work can be mentally taxing, and without proper management, it's easy to exhaust oneself, leading to diminished creativity and productivity. Kadavy introduces the concept of mental energy as a finite resource that needs to be managed carefully. He offers practical advice on how to conserve and replenish this energy, such as taking regular breaks, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in activities that recharge the mind. He also discusses the importance of recognizing when mental energy is low and how to adjust tasks accordingly. For example, instead of forcing oneself to push through a creative block, Kadavy suggests switching to a less demanding task or taking a break to recharge. By managing mental energy effectively, creatives can sustain their productivity over the long term, avoiding the burnout that often accompanies intensive creative work. Chapter 5: Flow and Focus, Mastering the Art of Deep Work. Kadavy dedicates this chapter to the concept of flow, a state of deep focus and immersion in a task, often associated with peak creativity and productivity. Flow is a crucial aspect of mind management, as it allows creatives to fully engage with their work and produce their best ideas. Kadavy explores the conditions that foster flow, such as minimizing distractions, setting clear goals, and choosing tasks that are challenging but not overwhelming. He also discusses the importance of creating an environment conducive to flow, whether that means working in a quiet space, listening to specific types of music, or adopting rituals that signal to the mind that it's time to focus. The chapter offers practical strategies for entering and maintaining flow, emphasizing the need for uninterrupted periods of deep work. By mastering the art of flow, creatives can achieve higher levels of productivity and produce work of greater depth and quality. Chapter 6: The role of routine, building habits for creativity. While creativity is often seen as spontaneous and unpredictable, Kadavy argues that building routines can actually enhance creative productivity. In this chapter, he explores the role of habits and routines in managing the mind for creativity. Kadavy suggests that routines provide a framework within which creativity can flourish. By establishing regular habits, such as a consistent wake-up time, a daily writing session, or a pre-work ritual, creatives can train their minds to enter a creative state more easily. He also discusses the importance of flexibility within routines, allowing for adjustments when inspiration strikes or when mental energy levels fluctuate. The goal is not to rigidly adhere to a schedule, but to create a structure that supports creative work while accommodating the unpredictable nature of inspiration. This chapter is particularly useful for creatives who struggle with consistency in their work. By building supportive routines, they can create a stable environment that fosters regular creative output. Chapter 7: The Power of Rest, Incorporating Downtime into Your Schedule. Rest is an often overlooked but essential component of mind management. In this chapter, Kadavy emphasizes the importance of incorporating rest and relaxation into one's schedule to maintain mental clarity and creativity. Kadavy explores various types of rest, including physical rest, mental rest, and creative rest. He discusses how each type of rest contributes to overall well-being and productivity, and offers practical advice on how to integrate rest into a busy schedule. For creatives, rest is particularly important as it allows the mind to process ideas subconsciously, leading to new insights and breakthroughs. Kadavy encourages readers to embrace rest as a vital part of the creative process, rather than viewing it as a break from productivity. By recognizing the value of rest and making it a priority, creatives can maintain their mental energy, prevent burnout, and sustain their creativity over the long term. Chapter 8: The Role of Environment, Designing Spaces for Creativity. In this chapter, Kadavy explores the impact of environment on creativity and productivity. He discusses how the physical and psychological aspects of one's workspace can influence mental states and creative output. Kadavy offers practical tips for designing a workspace that supports creativity, such as minimizing distractions, optimizing lighting, and choosing colors that promote focus and calm. He also discusses the importance of having a dedicated creative space, where the mind can associate specific activities with creative work. Beyond the physical environment, Kadavy also addresses the psychological environment, how our relationships, mindset, and emotional state can impact creativity. He encourages readers to cultivate a positive psychological environment by surrounding themselves with supportive people, adopting a growth mindset, and managing stress effectively. This chapter is a valuable resource for creatives looking to optimize their work environment to enhance their productivity and creativity. Chapter 9: The Importance of Flexibility, Adapting to Change. Creativity is inherently unpredictable, and managing the mind effectively requires a degree of flexibility. In this chapter, Kadavy discusses the importance of being adaptable in one's approach to work and life. Kadavy argues that rigid adherence to schedules and routines can sometimes stifle creativity, particularly when unexpected opportunities or challenges arise. He advocates for a flexible approach that allows for adjustments based on changing circumstances, mental energy levels, and creative inspiration. This chapter offers practical strategies for maintaining flexibility, such as regularly reviewing and adjusting one's schedule, being open to new ideas, and allowing for spontaneity in creative work. By embracing flexibility, creatives can better navigate the unpredictable nature of the creative process and maintain their productivity in the face of change. Chapter 10: Embracing a New Approach to Productivity. In the final chapter of his book, Kadavy brings together the key ideas and strategies discussed throughout mind management, not time management. He emphasizes the importance of shifting focus from managing time to managing the mind, particularly for those engaged in creative work. Kadavy encourages readers to experiment with the strategies outlined in the book, finding what works best for their individual needs and circumstances. He also reminds readers that managing the mind is an ongoing process, one that requires regular reflection, adjustment, and a willingness to learn and grow. This serves as both a summary and a call to action, inviting readers to embrace a new approach to productivity that prioritizes mental states and creative well-being over rigid time management. Summary and key takeaways. Mind Management, Not Time Management by David Kadavy offers a refreshing and insightful approach to productivity, particularly for creatives. The book challenges the conventional wisdom of time management, arguing that for creative work, managing one's mind is far more critical. Key takeaways from the book include: 1. Creativity and productivity. Creativity doesn't adhere to strict schedules. Managing mental states is crucial for maximizing creative output. 2. Understanding the creative process. The creative process involves different stages, each requiring a specific mental approach. 3. Aligning with biorhythms. Understanding and working with natural biorhythms can optimize mental states for different types of creative tasks. 4. Managing mental energy. Mental energy is a finite resource that needs careful management to avoid burnout. 5. Mastering flow. Achieving and maintaining flow is essential for deep, focused creative work. 6. Building supportive routines. Routines can provide a framework that supports creativity while allowing for flexibility. 7. Incorporating rest. Rest is a vital part of the creative process, enabling the mind to recharge and process ideas. 8. Designing creative environments. Both physical and psychological environments play a significant role in supporting creativity. 9. Embracing flexibility. Flexibility is key to adapting to the unpredictable nature of creative work. By adopting these principles, creatives can manage their minds more effectively, leading to greater productivity, enhanced creativity, and a more fulfilling creative life. Kadavy's book is an essential read for anyone looking to break free from the constraints of traditional time management and embrace a more holistic approach to productivity. Conclusion: Mastering the Art of Mind Management. As the final page of Mind Management, Not Time Management, Productivity When Creativity Matters turns, you're left with a profound realization: productivity isn't merely about squeezing more tasks into a day or managing time with military precision. It's about harnessing the power of your mind to unlock creativity, maintain focus, and achieve meaningful work. David Kadavy has taken us on a transformative journey, one that challenges conventional wisdom about productivity and offers a fresh perspective on how we approach our most valuable resource, our minds. Throughout the book, Kadavy has painted a vivid picture of productivity not as a rigid framework of schedules and to-do lists, but as a fluid, dynamic process that begins with understanding how our minds work. The essence of productivity, he argues, lies in mastering our mental landscape, our thoughts, emotions, and motivations, and aligning them with our creative goals. This shift from time management to mind management is not merely a change in strategy, it is a fundamental rethinking of how we approach our work and our lives. One of the core messages of Kadavy's work is that creativity thrives in an environment of mental clarity and purpose. By focusing on mind management, we address the root causes of procrastination, distraction, and burnout. Kadavy has provided us with tools and techniques to cultivate this environment, techniques that range from understanding our cognitive rhythms to creating a mental space that fosters deep work. These insights are not just theoretical, they are grounded in practical advice that can be applied to our daily lives, regardless of our profession or creative endeavor. Consider, for a moment, the traditional approach to productivity. It often emphasizes efficiency and time allocation, pushing us to optimize every minute. While this can lead to short-term gains, it often overlooks the fundamental need for mental and emotional alignment. Kadavy's approach, however, shifts the focus from external pressures to internal readiness. It asks us to examine our mental habits and attitudes, to identify and remove mental barriers, and to cultivate a mindset that is conducive to creativity and sustained productivity. Kadavy's emphasis on understanding our cognitive rhythms, such as our peaks of creativity and focus, invites us to listen to our minds and respect our natural processes. He encourages us to recognize that productivity isn't about forcing ourselves into a rigid schedule, but about working with our natural tendencies. By aligning our work with these rhythms, we can achieve more meaningful and effective results. The book also delves into the concept of deep work and the necessity of creating a mental space free from distractions. Kadavy's insights into how we can design our environments to support deep work are both practical and revolutionary. By reducing external noise and internal clutter, we allow ourselves to engage more fully with our creative tasks, resulting in higher quality work and a more fulfilling creative experience. Kadavy's exploration of mental habits also highlights the importance of managing our emotions and motivations. The book offers valuable strategies for overcoming procrastination, dealing with creative blocks, and maintaining motivation. These strategies are not about imposing rigid structures, but about fostering a supportive mental environment that nurtures our creativity and productivity. Moreover, Kadavy's perspective on the balance between work and rest is crucial. He advocates for a balanced approach that includes periods of rest and reflection. This balance is essential for sustaining long-term productivity and preventing burnout. By integrating rest into our work routines, we give our minds the opportunity to recharge and regenerate, ultimately enhancing our creative capabilities. As you reflect on Kadavy's insights, it becomes clear that mind management is not a one-size-fits-all solution but a personalized approach to productivity. Each individual must find their own path, adapting Kadavy's principles to their unique cognitive and emotional needs. The journey to mastering mind management is ongoing and evolving, requiring continual self-awareness and adjustment. The book's conclusion is not an end but an invitation to continue exploring and applying these principles. Kadavy's insights offer a foundation upon which you can build a more mindful and effective approach to productivity. By focusing on mind management, you're not just improving your efficiency, you're transforming your relationship with work and creativity. In closing, mind management, not time management, challenges us to rethink our approach to productivity and creativity. It encourages us to look beyond the superficial metrics of time management and to delve into the deeper, more nuanced aspects of our mental processes. By embracing Kadavy's approach, we can unlock our full creative potential, achieve our goals with greater ease, and experience a more profound sense of fulfillment in our work. As you move forward, remember that productivity is not a destination but a journey. It is a continuous process of learning, adapting, and growing. By mastering mind management, you equip yourself with the tools to navigate this journey with greater clarity and purpose. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and embrace the art of mind management. Your creative potential is vast, and the possibilities are endless. With Kadavy's insights as your guide, step into a new realm of productivity where creativity flourishes, and meaningful work becomes the norm. The journey of mind management is yours to explore. Embrace it with curiosity and commitment, and watch as your creative endeavors transform into extraordinary achievements. The path ahead is illuminated by the wisdom of mind management, and with each step, you move closer to a more fulfilling and productive life. Please read the book to learn more and consider subscribing to support the channel. Thank you.